It is an incredible watch. Thank you so much, Natalie, Jenni, Shannon and Robyn, for joining us here. We both watched it last night. What you've done is really, really powerful. You've been incredibly honest, talking about your story, and I know that it will change lives, probably people watching today. So, let's start with you, Natalie. It's so personal what you've talked about, and I love that you're all holding hands. I want to hold hands with you as well. Yeah. Tell me why you decided to make this film.
I think we want for any woman who's been subject to harm to know that she doesn't hold any shame. And for people watching, hopefully, they can see that there is life after this, that this isn't the end of anything. You know, when we go through this, part of the shame of it is that we feel we can't talk about it. We feel that it has to, like, sit in it. The only person who knows about it is the person who caused that harm. And so once we speak it out and once we challenge the ideas that people have about it, we share that freedom. And so everybody who watches it sees that we're not broken and damaged, we're badass and brilliant, aren't we? And so we wanted to do that because we wanted to tell that story. And I think for all of us, we're so grateful to Marta, the director, and the team who enabled that, because it's not just that we tell the story, it's how the story is told. And I think we just feel profoundly grateful that the story that's being told and how it's being told is just so empowering and positive, really.
One of the very powerful things that comes through is one of many things that comes through on the documentary, Robyn and Jenni in particular, talking about the language and how you don't want to be described as victims.
Yeah, I mean, I know personally we are so much more than just a victim or a survivor. I mean, it can be quite dehumanising to be described that way. We're all mothers, we're all friends and sisters, and we have jobs and hobbies and things that we enjoy. And I think that is so much more important than you're a survivor or you're a victim of this person.
Yeah.
So
we're all individuals, like our own people. And yeah, I think it just conveys that we're not all just these weak people. We've got our own strengths, and
it just doesn't define us.
Yeah.
It's not all that we are.
Yeah, that's absolutely, and that's what really comes across in the film about it not defining you as well. There will be people, and I hope, I just would love people to go and watch this film because it is really deeply empowering in many ways. And there might be people watching us this morning who've got perhaps friends or families who are in a difficult situation that they don't feel that they can maybe get out of. I suppose what the point is that you all, there is another side to this, isn't there, Natalie?
Yeah, I think it's, hopefully people come away from this and instead of asking why didn't she just leave, they're like, oh, that's why. It's so hard. It's so hard that for each of us, there were so many barriers and lots of systems failings. This wasn't just about what he did. It was about how all of the systems did not safeguard women and children. And that is a travesty, really.
And another thing is that the family connection is very strong from all of you in lots of different ways. But what can people who are watching this situation or in this situation, what can they do? Where do they go to? Who do they reach out to?
I mean, I would say the first thing is accepting that this is our story, right? Because actually lots of people will be watching this and there'll be a feeling inside them that goes, oh, maybe that's me. And I would just say to every person, listen to that little tiny inner voice that says, this isn't okay, and maybe that's my story, and listen to it and try it out with a few people. Say to somebody, test out whether that's a safe person, because not everybody is going to respond with kindness or in the right way. I don't know, what do you think, everybody?
As long as you have a safe person to talk to about it, and I think opening up and being able to speak to that safe person that you'll know that you'll get support from.
Shannon, you played an extraordinary role in this. You kind of unlocked the key. So what are your thoughts about talking to people, reaching out to people?
I think it's super important. I think I obviously didn't talk about it for such a long time, and yeah, just buried it. But in talking about it, now I just feel so free. Yeah, it was the best thing that I could have done, obviously.
I know Natalie touched on it there, but just wondering what you all felt in general about what the message is from this documentary. It's been so lovely chatting to you in the lead up to coming on here. I know you actually quite nervous about, I don't know if it's about coming on to talk about this or, I don't know if it was like, I don't know if it was about, we couldn't work out whether it was live TV or, because documentary, being so brave and telling your stories. But Jenni, what is the message that you want people to take away from watching this?
I think it needs to be the sort of stigma that people might feel shameful if they're the person that's gone through it. And it's more about just highlighting that there's nothing to be shameful about. It wasn't your actions, you know, it was the actions of the perpetrator. And it's having to kind of get rid of that stigma of not being able to talk about it. And that's part of the problem, is not talking about it. So, yeah, really just sort of getting out there that there's no shame in talking about what's happened.
And Robyn, you talk very powerfully about being in court and feeling empowered to tell it in your words.
Yeah, I mean, I think the one thing that I would take away from this is just that, like, you have hope that life can get better, life will get better, and you're much stronger than you. You're going to be much more capable of things than you think you are. I know I was. I know that these ladies are.
Yeah.
Natalie's a really good example of that, actually, because I think you say in the documentary about you can't believe where you've come to now and how you've managed to pull something positive out of such an awful experience.
Yeah, so I had opportunities to start doing work in this sector around men's violence since about 2009. I always feel like I look in my mid-20s and people are like, how old is she?
You do, I can confirm.
Look, I feel like I'm the Benjamin Button. I'm just looking younger. It's a lie that going through terrible stuff makes ages you, because I'm like here looking like a child still. But no, so I started doing this work in about 2009, and I wrote a course for young people about abuse and exploitation to do preventative work called the Day Programme, and then since then went on to write the Own My Life course, which I wrote because I felt like there was loads of stuff that I'd learned and I'd seen so many other women learn, and just thought, do you know what, it's not all in one place. You have to read about a ton of books, you know, and not everybody's got time to read 10,000 words on everything. And so I wrote Own My Life, and in 2020 we launched it, and since then over 20,000 women have gone through that course, because we train practitioners to run it. And so it's amazing, and women say it's really transformational, but actually when I wrote it, and you know, I say this in the film, it would have blown my mind to know that one day it would be instrumental in the man who had harmed me and my children so dreadfully, and being in prison.
Yeah, because you went on the course.
Yeah, I did, and I've said before, and I will say a million times, I would not have got to the point that I am today without going along to that course, because it obviously gave me all the tools that I needed to realise that what was happening to me was wrong, and made me feel brave enough to actually report it. So.
You're amazing, all of you. Thank you so much. And I know that you're going to stay and you're going to do Strictly Fitness.
Yes, I'm very excited for this, very excited. Shannon's not, but I am.
Yeah. And you've chosen the song for us as well.
Yes.
OK, well, don't tell us what it is now.
No, I won't. I was going to give a massive spoiler there.
It's representative of what, you know, it's a fantastically uplifting song. What you've done is incredible. We cannot thank you enough for coming to see us. Thank you.
Thank you.
And you can watch the full documentary, Lover, Liar, Predator on BBC iPlayer right now.